Hello, you are watching Studio Expansion TV, bringing you more passion, more profits, and more purpose to your studio. My name is Chantel, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about what to do about those pesky studio hoppers. So, a studio hopper is someone who comes to the studio for a free trial class and then hops away. So literally they just kind of hop amongst the free activities in your town without any real intention about ever signing up. They are the bane of a studio owner's life. One of the most interesting conversations happening around studio water coolers right now is whether the golden days of free trials are over. Now, yes, free trials are a fantastic carrot to get people in the door. However, what we're finding, and maybe you've been finding yourself, is that increasingly people are coming for a trial without any intention of signing up as a student within your studio. So I've worked with, thousands and thousands of studio owners, and what I found is that on average, around about 50% of free trials who come to your studio will convert. Some have higher, some have lower, but on average it's about 50%. And in my book, that's pretty poor. And I feel that it should be higher. If they've taken the effort and the time out of their lives to actually come to your studio, why aren't they enrolling? Why not? Is it because we haven't facilitated the process? Have we not asked the question? Or is it actually before that? And that's what I'm really interested about. I want to talk to you about today. It's about how do we create an environment where we've got a fantastic invitation for them to come to the studio without this whole connotation of they're going to try and see and then make up their mind. This is where we're going to dive into right now. So let's take a few seconds here and talk about the word trial. Let's even talk about free trials. Now, the definition of trial is to assess the suitability or performance. Now, I want you to think about the word assess. Inherently, when we're offering a free trial, it's putting them in a position of choice. We're giving that student the chance to come and see if they like it. Now, you and I both know that sometimes it takes a few classes to get into the groove of things, to kind of see what it's like and connect with the teacher, especially with the younger age groups. For a 3-year-old, they might be having an off day. It's really hard to get a gauge of whether the child's going to respond really well in the classes. They might love it next week, but they might have a not so fantastic experience in their first class. The thing I'm communicating to you now is that as a trial, when we're asking people to come to a trial, they're coming in the headspace of, I'll see what it's like. Now, let's think about this from another perspective. We don't go to other providers and see, I'll just have a trial. I'm going to go to this restaurant. I'm just going to have a trial and have an entree, and then I'll decide if I'm going to get a main. No, you go there with the intention of having the experience because of what you've learned and what you've had. So I'm really curious as to what it would take for us to potentially eliminate the word trial. I want people coming to your studio with confidence that this is right for them. I want people coming to your studio who are committed to signing on as students, because I'm curious, this is what I'm really fascinated about. What if we potentially shifted the intention away from a trial class and changed the word to introductory class? If we think about the contrast in the language here, when we're talking about a trial class, it's like, I'll come and see and then I'll make a decision. Look at the difference if we're talking about an introductory class. Introductory class pre-frames that they're going to be starting the journey. It's a process. They're already being welcomed into the studio and then they'll continue on. The difference in language between trial class and introductory class is so vast with the intention you are setting. Think about that for a second, yeah? It's really interesting. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you need to eliminate that whole carrot idea of having a free trial. Shift your language though. Shift your language away from offering a free trial where students can come and experience an introductory class. How different does that feel? Come to a free trial. Come for an introductory class. It's very, very different. And I'd be curious to see if you just, even in conversations now, just this next week, next time you pick up a phone call for an inquiry, just say, instead of saying come in for a trial class, we'd love to welcome you in for one of our introductory classes. This is where we'll welcome you and guide you through the process and teach you everything you need to know about being a student at our studio. Such an interesting difference. And I'd be really fascinated to see how you go. While we absolutely want more students in your classes, more than anything, we want the right types, not the ones that are just there for the freebie experience. I don't have any time for that, and neither do you. It's taking away your energy and taking away your time. So let's shift our language to shift the results. Now, there are a few different ways that you can roll this out in your studio. The first thing is to literally just go through your website, go through your marketing, instead of saying, free trial, just change it to introductory class. That's one way you can do it, and keep every process the same. There's a few other ways. I have some clients who are actually transitioning to a paid introductory class. So come for a $10 class. They literally online, they book in for their trial. Look at me, I said it again. It's so default. Come in, they book in for their introductory class, they pay their $10, and then after that first initial class, when they decide to continue, when, not if, the assumption is that they will enroll. Very different positioning here. Once that happens, then the remainder of the fees for that session, the $10 has been taken off, already deducted. So that's very, very easy. Another way you can do it is to offer an introductory package. You might have a starter course of 3 weeks or 6 weeks where they can get a bit of a taster at a lower commitment, but get enrolled and invested within the family of your studio at a very easy and accessible way to start. So much of this comes back to you as a studio owner really valuing what you do and creating this gorgeous process where you guide them through that educational process about what you do and why you do it, that's so compelling that they don't feel like they need a free trial. They understand already so much of your values and why you do what you do that they're like, yeah, that sounds exactly what I'm looking for, sign me up. To get your marketing and your even website crafted in a way where that comes through is the ultimate end goal, and that will eliminate your studio hoppers and get you such a higher caliber of dream student coming through your door. That is what we want. So below this video, you'll see that there's a link where you can download 100 ways to grow your studio. And this is going to give you so many ideas about how to position your classes, how to position your programs in a compelling and vibrant way, which makes it irresistible and attractive to all of those potential students out there in your community without necessarily resorting to a free trial option. And that is going to help you create so much more value in your studio. So what do you think? Should we abolish the free trial? Do you think that we could start transitioning as an industry to more introductory classes, which is just going to raise that level of positioning within the market? I'm curious, what do you think? And I'd love you to share your ideas in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chantel from Studio Expansion. I look forward to seeing you next time.